Okay, this is the cable overhead tricep extension. Now with this, we can use an easy bar. You could also use a straight bar here, or you could potentially use a rope handle if you have that available to you, whatever is the most comfortable for your body. Now we want to find a bar that ideally allows our hands to be slightly wider than shoulder width apart or shoulder width apart. Anything closer together, and we're going to get a form of internal rotation at the shoulders here, okay? So first things first is a setup. You can see how awkward this is. If Jake actually goes to try to pull this overhead, he has to contort his body and try and spin it around. That's putting you at a really high risk for a shoulder injury. So we don't want to do that. So what he's actually going to do is bring this up so it's more so about hand height. That's going to be a lot more comfortable for his starting position, much more safe, okay? So from here, he's grabbing the handles about shoulder width apart. He's going to spin himself around, bringing that arm overhead. Now he wants to ideally get maximal extension on this tricep. So he's going to bring the elbows up as high as he can without going into extension with his spine. So he's keeping his spine neutral, keeping his front ribs tucked in, keeping the scapula depressed. And then from here, all he's doing is pressing the hands straight up, trying to fully extend the arm, but not locking out at the elbow. So he's making sure that he's not hyperextending and putting a load into the joint. He's keeping the load and force on the muscles the entire time. Okay? A couple more clean repetitions for us here, behind the head, straight overhead. Perfect. Now for this, we want to be standing close to the cable, but not so close that when we pull the cable up, it's hitting us in the back of the head or rubbing against the back, okay? So ideally, we want to have the path of resistance lined up with our arm path. So for here, you can see the angle of the cable is the same as the angle basically of his upper arm bone, okay? Perfect, one more repetition, and that's how we do an overhead tricep extension with the cable.